and welcome to this album with me, William Hann. Normally, it's the podcast where each episode, a guest and I would deep dive an album of their choice, but this is not an ordinary episode. This is a bit of bonus gear.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not just deep diving an album, we're taking a quick glance at 500 of them.
Oh, my gosh.
Bull, you've set yourself a pretty big challenge. And well, I guess the first question, before you tell us what the challenge is, why?
Why?
Why have you given yourself?
Do you know what? I was sitting there thinking about it the other day, and there's
never do that.
I know. I had shall I say, a bit of downtime at work, please. And I just thought to myself,
work?
There's so many albums out there.
So many albums.
Like, do you know what it was? I think I was talking to Sam at Wards about 3-4 weeks ago, and he regales about all of these albums and different artists, and I think to myself, these are all big albums or big artists that I'm aware of, but I've never listened to these albums. I've been so consumed by, obviously,
5 bands.
Yeah, basically. But you know what I mean? But the directive of indie music in general and the Beatles and everything that sort of falls out of that I've never really spread my wings far enough. And obviously, I know you obviously do it, especially as part of this podcast, do it more recent music, and that's encouraged you to do that. A lot of it I can't obviously get on with for obvious reasons. I'm getting old. But
he knows what he likes and he likes what he knows.
Yeah, but I thought, you know what? This is a way to do it. We'll go back to the stuff. So in 2013, the NME released the greatest, I think they used the word greatest, 500 albums of all time, which I'm assuming they have some sort of panel that chose this.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I was hoping to see that on here, but it's just the 500 greatest of albums of all time from 25th of October 2013. Zero context, 100, The Smiths, Hatful of Hollow.
Yeah, but
so they're not explaining how the album was compiled at all or anything.
See, some of it is literally, it has to be stripped down because it's got obviously pictures and content on it. If I give you, hang on, let me show you what the thing I'm referring to because it's all on one page then.
500, no.
Yeah, 500.
It's interesting because what I've got here is from 100 onwards.
Yeah, so basically they split up on these websites, on these pages that the NME have produced. They've had to compartmentalise it because there's so much content.
Cowards.
There's so much content on there. I did try and find just an abbreviated version that's on my phone.
Here we go. NME, the 500 greatest albums of all time. 500, Outkast, Stankonia.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we don't want to do here is go through each one, simply because, what time's Sarah coming home?
Oh, they've got your album here, Bully.
What's that?
Star by Bully. Oh no, Belly.
Yeah, it's I've now this. So the plan is I've got to listen to every album, none of the bonus crap that they add on when they re-release this stuff. Potentially most remastered version of it. That's absolutely fine. In full, no skipping, the whole album. Get the full concept of it. And I've given myself until Truck Festival, which is the last weekend of July, to listen to 500 albums. Crudely, it works out about between 4 and 5 albums a day.
So what have we listened to today, I guess is the question.
If I look at today's list, I've listened to an absolute banger of an album, and this is a banger. And it's by The Wedding Present, and it's called George Best is the name of the album.
I've definitely never listened to The Wedding Present before.
It is brilliant.
What's the vibe?
It's kind of like it's basically the Smiths. It's the Smiths with a sort of bit more punky rock and roll vibe, mixing the Smiths.
By Stephen Street, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it might well be. Yeah, it certainly sounds like it is. Again, I don't go through the nuts and bolts and the guts of these albums. I ain't got time for that. So, yeah.
What's been the worst one you've listened to? How many have you listened to so far? Have you charted
about 20? Well, as I say, it started at the beginning of the week. I've done 5 a day.
And it's now Tuesday.
So I've done. It's now. Hang on a minute. It's now 2028. I've done about 25.
Sick.
So we're moving at about 5 a day is the pace I'm going at.
Well, again, so you've started at 500, right?
Yeah.
So let's have a look. Let's see if there's any albums here of interest to me. I mean, you mentioned The Cure earlier. Yeah, The Cure, The Head on the Door from 1985.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's a great body of work. Again, a lot of it's quite samey by its very definition because they're essentially that's early. You know, they're creating a subgenre there basically themselves.
Yeah, sure.
You've got Back in the USA by MC5, which is absolutely fantastic rock and roll. I listened to
that about 9 months ago. Yeah,
fantastic rock and roll.
Really great.
Everything just sounds like Johnny B. Good basically. On a lot of drugs have taken. I looked at the lineup of that band. There's been about 30 people in that band.
Simply read levels of band member changes.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not far off of that. every single member of the original lineup died incredibly early. So you can imagine what was going on there when you hear these hot take albums from back in the day by MC5. There was a
Hard Living.
Yeah. Obviously, you got Bjork in there and Elvis Costello, Blood and Chocolate. Incredible album.
You've got some fairly modern albums. I'm guessing this came out in 2013. You got Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, M.A.A.d City.
Random Access Memories.
You had Random Access Memories in there. Okay,
yeah, which is one of my favourite albums of all time. So that's handy. Fair. But again, even though I know that album upside down, back to front, I still listen to the whole thing this particular time. I'm not skipping anything. So
I'm keen to see where this journey takes you, Bawley, and we'll check in again. When the time's right, and we can discuss what we've learnt. Yeah.
Also, just touching on the other things, I've just gone back through it again. The River by Bruce Springsteen, I knew that. Lady Satin by Billie Holiday. I mean, it's all familiar-ish. But if you look at, have you ever seen These New Puritans?
I've never seen These New Puritans.
Goodness me, that's some intense stuff. Because that's like kind of, I look back on it, that's kind of like the Klaxons kind of era. Right, yeah. And Klaxons were obviously, I reckon, taking more off them than the other way around.
I think that's fair.
You had, what was the other band? Battles. Similar kind of thing. But like, what the Klaxons, we realised...
The Klaxons were the silly version of all of that.
But that was the thing I could relate to. And it was like a sort of stripped down bit, take the good bits out of it that I might like and give that to me. And I was like, yeah, this is great. This stuff, whoa, it's a bit like too much for my brain.
Bit too intelligent for us.
Possibly. Either that or, it's just, we're just too above it. I don't know.
No, probably not that.
I doubt that. But we'll revisit this. But I'm 25 roughly in. And so by law of proxy, by the next time we get to another 30 days down the line, I should be well into the 300s.
So that means you listened to Crystal Castles recently as well?
I have indeed.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, you've got to have a hobby.
Fuck Buttons as well? Yeah, okay.
Fuck Buttons. What number were they?
They were number 474.
No, I haven't got to there yet.
Okay, right.
Crystal Castles is it's pretty much, I've just started Foo Fighters by Foo Fighters.
That's a really good album, that one. That's their first one.
That's the first one, right?
Really, really good. It's Call to Arms, I think, the first single on that.
Yeah.
You'll have a lovely time listening to that, I'm sure.
That'll be all right. That'd be nice.
Let's see. I'll just have a quick little go here. If anything's standing out that's going to be of interest. Here we go. Something of interest. Didn't take long. Cancelled artist Kanye West with his breakthrough 2007 album Graduation.
He's on there quite a bit. When I was looking at it, I think
when you make really good albums, that's what happens.
I think he's got like 4 albums on it or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, the Beatles are like top. But yeah, if you look at like Kings of Leon, I've got 3 in there.
Have they? Wow.
Yeah.
I can see the National's High Violets on there as well. That's the National album I've actually ever enjoyed.
The National have got 4 on there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet there's more than that. And
because they're the Darling Media Boys, aren't they?
That's pretty Media Boys.
Yeah, there's some...
You've got a heavy corner here. You've got Metallica, Master of Puppets, Manic's Generation Terrorist, one of their early ones.
Yeah, that's
Nirvana,
the good one.
Bleach. So, this... surprise, in a list of 500 best albums of all time, there's some good albums here.
Yeah, there's some very good albums. Obviously, there's some wide diversity as well.
Frank Sinatra, September of My Years.
There you go, see? Something I can really get stuck behind,
Then the B-52s, and it's Big Star. So, okay, this is interesting, man. I'm thinking out loud now. Should I be doing the same thing? Should I go on this journey with you?
If you wish to. Hang on a minute. What we need to do is we need to be objective about this. I work... let's try that.
Okay,
so
you have a job.
I have a place of residence with a tax coach. Okay, and obviously I am doing stuff at work. But while I'm doing it, I may, and I hope no one has work with that uses it, can listen to music at the same time. Very small in-ear bud all the time. Also, another thing as well, when I go to sleep, I don't listen to this in bed because if I fall asleep, I won't be listening to it necessarily. I'll be subconsciously listening to the album, but I can't fall asleep to any of them. So I listen to podcasts for bed.
Sure, me too.
Yeah, just making sure, because I don't want anyone to say you haven't listened to it all because I was asleep, Anyway, yeah, so I have a lot. You've basically got to find 5 hours a day. It's a lot of time to find each day.
I do a lot of running, Bawley.
5 hours? Who are you?
Past my trainers.
Who are you, Eddie Izzard? Bloody hell.
No, a lot of time. There's a lot of walking the dog.
Yeah. If you think you can muster up the time to do this, then let's find the journey together.
I think this is the point I think I was missing, actually. So I think I should join you on this journey.
Yeah.
So I'm a week behind you, but
So you've basically got to do 6 a day.
Anyway, I'm going to see you out now, boy. Okay, I have work to do.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to jump on board, do it. Because what I thought at the beginning of the very beginning of the year, I thought I'm going to watch every single film that won. Again, it's another thing with films. what film won the Oscar? All these big bangers, and you think, I've never seen that. I've never seen that. And I was going to go through the Oscars in order, the winning films, and watch them. Then I realised a lot of them, when you invest into an album, you might be doing 45 minutes to an hour, and you can switch off while it's happening. With a movie, if you're prepared to, part of the challenge is you've got to sit there and watch it all.
Boring.
There's a lot of shit, you know. So maybe I'll revisit that as a challenge after Truck. But for now, doing my albums, getting my steps in.
Find any excuse you can not
but if
to
you're
talk to
enjoying
other
me,
human
yeah,
beings.
exactly. That's essentially it. Yeah. But we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, should we sort of mark this in some way? Are we going to compare best albums so far?
I've made marks out of 10.
You have?
Yeah. So
Great.
that's a something, I suppose.
That is a something. I'll do the same then. We'll compare
all right.
notes.
Should we shake on it?
Shake on it.
Oh wow.
So let's hazard a guess. So that let's just say the first 50 to 100 albums. How many 10 out of 10 albums do you think will be on that list?
See, I think this is something that I did consider at the time. I've got to be a little bit objective subject. I've got a little bit, because I've got, obviously, albums usually only become your 10 out of 10 album after you've heard it more than once.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So I think I've got to be realistic with that. So for example, that Wedding Present album, I believe that could well be a 10, but I'm only going to give it 9.
Because you haven't lived with it yet.
I haven't lived with it.
And you can't until at least August.
Exactly. All right, so there we go. Well done. Welcome on board. I've now destroyed the next 3 months of your life.
You've any idea how much prep work goes onto this podcast? And now I've got to spend it. I must listen to Stankonia by Outkast.
I've caught you right. The thing with Stankonia is even the original version of that is incredibly long.
That's exactly what I thought. That screams of 1 hour, 13 minutes, 59 seconds.
It's a big one, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you've done that.
Well, I'm now very intimidated by this.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't know why I've joined in with this. But yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Listen to loads of albums. Albums are class. I love albums.
Albums are great, man. I like music.
Podcasts about albums are even better.
Honestly, if there's one you've got to listen to.
Right. Oh, I sort of want to look. Wait, I said, but no, it's fine.
No,
this is how we'll end things. I've been William Hann. He's been Robert Ball. This is the start of the NME's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time Challenge. And this might be the last ever episode of this album.
Top man.